Recording in progress.
Hey, welcome everybody. Thank you everyone for joining. Welcome to Stock Snappers Trading. My name is Ron. My partner is Dave. It is 12 p.m. Eastern, noon hour over here. And we have Trump speaking right now. He's holding a cabinet meeting. He's speaking live right now. So Trump is holding his cabinet meeting for a push to end the war with Iran right now. Maybe you guys are listening in, but his remarks will be coming up here on the left side of my charts here. Just be careful trading if you are trading at this afternoon when he's speaking, whatever security you're trading, especially if you're trading gold or oil. Could be volatile. You could see some funny candles, some funny moves. Just please trade with proper risk management because it can be very unpredictable when he's speaking, okay? And hope everyone's having a great day. We're going to do something new today in our session. We're going to go a little bit of Forex. We'll do some top down on gold. And then we're going to do a little bit of stock talk. So we're going to do a top down also on NVIDIA. It's also down 5% since they reported their earnings. They had fantastic earnings, but there's been a little bit of a sell-off since the earnings, which is understandable and normal. So there could be some profit taking from long investors or swing traders or options traders. And then there could be some short interest on shorting the company after earnings. But that's okay because it was trading in the 230s and now it's back down to 210. Maybe it gets back down to 200, maybe 190, 195 is a little sweet spot where there is some support there. And if you're looking to trade some stock and options, we just finished our 6-day boot camp that has a lot of education on how to trade those. But we're going to be doing these sessions all summer, doing more and more and more on the stock and option side. I want to talk also on our SST pre-market gainers list. I'm going to break that down, and that's available for all of our premium members at SST, and help you with a watch list. But I will continue to educate and talk about it and maybe take some trades with you guys, and we'll see how everything goes. So I hope you're having a beautiful day today. It is so nice outside. It is so nice. The sun is shining and the candles are moving. So let's see what we can do this afternoon. We'll be here for 90 minutes. We'll have a quick session. It'll be informative. There's going to be some analysis. Top down, we'll go over the news. So Ron will be talking fast. So I hope you guys can keep up with me, because we cannot waste a minute. Okay, so let's get started. Just want to welcome everyone. Hopefully you're having a great day. News-wise, guys, just in the news, today's Wednesday, May 27th, so we're coming to the end of the month, so just be careful trading tomorrow and Friday as we wrap up the month, okay? It's just like when a candle is closing. Take your time, watch it close, watch how the week closes. You don't have to take any unnecessary trades on Friday or hold because there could be news over the weekend. And let's start maybe next week off with a fresh month. We're going into June, will be a brand new candle. Options expiry monthlies also at the end of the month. So they could be burning premium. When you understand options too, it could affect the way how volume moves in the market. So end of the week, end of the month, just be careful, okay? I don't need to explain that anymore. Hopefully you guys understand that. It's like I don't want to be your mom or your dad on this call and continue to tell you guys, warn you guys and things like that. You guys should know at the end of the week, be careful trading, manage your risk, know how many trades you're going to take, or don't trade at all. End of the month, this is going to come up every single month when you're trading. You guys are now going to be long-term traders, right? You're not just trading for 1 week. You guys want to do this for multiple years. So you guys are going to have to go through end of the week, end of the month, end of the quarter. So you guys are going to have to know that to taper your trading down, not to over trade in situations like this, because you may learn a very costly lesson, okay? So we'll talk about the news today. Not much going on with Forex Factory. We got some speakers. More importantly, the speaker who we have right now is Donald Trump speaking. He's having a cabinet meeting. I'm watching it on my TV. He's got Segheth right behind, Hegseth, whatever the hell his name is, Hegseth right beside him, and Rubio. So be careful, okay? They could be talking about Iran and everything and rising prices, okay? Affordability, inflation, things like that, okay? And Iran State TV, we have a draft of the initial unofficial framework for the memorandum over here with the US. So it's unofficial. There's nothing official about this. There's lots of talks, there's lots of negotiations, there's peace talk, then they're bombing the next 5 minutes. So we don't have anything concrete right now, okay? It's all speculative, okay? So that's our news today, right now. See Trump right now on Financial Juice, the left of my chart, is having remarks right now. So Iran's Fars news, Trump may unilaterally announce a success at talks, but a member of the Iranian negotiating team says that unresolved issues remain. And Trump's also saying Iran is intent on a deal, okay? So intent is not confirmation. Intent is just talks, negotiations. I thought last week we reached a peace deal. So it's all bullshit. It's all speculative until we have concrete peace deal. And then when they do ink something on paper, then they go bombing the next 20 minutes. So it's very, very difficult to get a real solid answer out of this, okay? Earnings, we had some pre-market earnings today. Dick's Sporting Goods, Abercrombie Fitch, a lot of Canadian financial institutions are reporting this week. Bank of Nova Scotia, BMO, Bank of Montreal, CIBC is tomorrow, TD Bank is tomorrow. So we're going to get some Canadian financials reporting, okay? Regarding us, not really affect the market pre-market, but after hours, this could affect S&P 500, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones if you're trading. We have Marvel Technology, AI company, Salesforce, another AI company, CRM, Snowflake over here, another AI company will be reporting, and you guys are familiar with HP Inc., okay? So AI is having a very nice move as of late. So we'll see with these earnings, will it continue? What kind of guidance are they giving regarding AI? Is it going to be a sell-off event? What's going on? Okay, so keep an eye on your earnings as well. Day-to-day news. Americans are about to pay even more at the grocery store, guys. So it's not getting any better for us when you're going shopping. This weekend, when you go to Costco or your grocery store, your bill is going to be more, okay? So, you know, it's not your fault. It's just the situation we're in right now. There is lots of inflation. The US dollar is getting weaker as we're speaking, and we have to be more smarter with the way how we're spending our money. So as Americans confront a surge in prices at the pump, another inflation wave is heading to the grocery store. So you're not only paying a lot at the gas station, but now you're going to pay a lot at the grocery store. So it sucks, but this is the situation we're in. That's why we need to learn how to trade smart to make a little bit of a supplemental income. Even if we can make an extra $50 a day, an extra $100 a day, maybe that can help you with the grocery bill, right? I'm not saying that everyone's going to make $1,000 or $5,000 a day, but $50, $100 a day is manageable. While you're going to school, while you're working, while you're taking care of your family, it's supplemental income, okay? And then when you start to compound that, then you'll start to understand the power of the stock markets and Forex markets, okay? So another thing that I'd like to talk about also on today's call is I'm going to give you a few names to put on your watch list regarding SpaceX. So SpaceX is powering a new ETF race. So we've got this new sector with Elon Musk and SpaceX, but there's also like 5 other names that could ride the coattails of SpaceX. So I'll mention those as well, you know, so we can follow that sector as well, as it's probably going to get started for the next years to come. So I'll help you guys with a couple tickers, add them to your watch list, watch them if you're interested in this sector over here in space. Stock futures rise as oil falls. So right now we're talking negotiations, peace deals in the Mideast. So supply and demand of oil, maybe good. Oil, hopefully it goes down a bit so we can get some relief at the gas pumps. Prepare for a Hormuz hangover. Strait of Hormuz is in the news, okay? Goldman Sachs lifts the S&P 500 target to 8,000 on AI earnings. So this is like a little bit of forward guidance right now. Goldman Sachs is one of the largest financial institutions in the world and USA. And they are number 1 weighted in the Dow Jones at 13% right now. They're $800 a share, probably more. I didn't look at them today, but they're around $800 a share. So they are also giving some forward guidance and lifting the S&P 500 target to 8,000. Okay, yes, there could be pullbacks, healthy pullbacks, but then to take us back to all-time highs. We will see. This is just speculation. Okay, what else we got going on? Energy bills to rise for millions as impact of Iran war hits. My energy bills are getting crazy right now, and now we got to turn the air condition on, so it's going to get even crazier during the summer months. Okay, Micron replaces mighty Walmart in the $1 trillion club. Micron had a fantastic day yesterday, up 20% on a good news catalyst, and they are they're in the $1 trillion club. Micron just joined. Okay, so that's our news. Stocks hold near record highs. Oil falls as market weighs U.S.-Iran peace progress. So we saw last night in the futures market and in the early evenings, we saw NASDAQ break new all-time highs. And then since then, it's been having a little corrective phase right now, okay? Things don't just go up forever. They do pull back, okay? In our Discord, guys, our SST signals and trade alerts, Dave is working hard with the snipers over here in the Discord and sending out some amazing signals. This was a sell on NASDAQ set up at 29,922, and this is what we were looking for volume to close below. There's your black candle. It came back up to retest. There was the rejection. There was the push down, came back up, and double top. Look at M pattern coming up, back down, coming back, and then we're looking to break this supporting neckline to continue to fill these wicks and continue to flush through. So that's how you can utilize our trade signals and alerts as static levels. You can add an alert here. We provide you with chart and trade management and analysis to help you guys, educate you guys with signals as well. So it's not just a buy and sell signal. We educate at these zones as well. And then you can utilize this throughout the day trading. If it comes back, we're going to monitor this 29,922 area because it is a static level. And if volume closes above, it could be momentarily support. Volume continues to stay below, it could continue to push down further, okay? There was also a signal sent out as well on gold. So if you guys like trading gold, I know a lot of you guys do. Here was the gold signal that we sent out earlier this morning. You can see prior to 7 a.m. short gold at just below 44.50, that psychological level, 4,448 with a suggested stop loss and TP. Gold is in a sideways to downtrend on the 5-minute chart with a sharp decline ending in a long black candle near 4446. A short entry at 448. Targets 44.35 and 44.25 with a stop loss at 44.60. Volume is unclear for confirmation, and any reclaim of 44.60 invalidates the bearish bias. So this is how it comes out. You can see it was trending down, and this is what we're looking for. Even if it pulls back, we want to see those into that point of control, that candle, or continue lower lows and continue to flush down. And as you can see, with the management, you see how it comes up, back down, okay, was in a little bit of drawdown. However, continuing push down. Now you got your bearish ignited candle closing below structure. So that could start dictating the move to push down. And then you can see it's pushing down, pulling back, lower highs, continuing to push down. And as we manage this throughout the day, 8 a.m., we're walking into COMEX now. Now you can see with the volume coming in, how it really starts to push down. You can see a lot of these 5-minute candles are ignited tops, ignited bearish candles, short wicks, ignited bearish candle, fill the wick, pop, ignited bearish candle, continue to drop. That's why I like trading when there's volume in the markets. That's why I don't like trading like in the afternoon, like yes, in this time, because we get a lot of consolidation, choppy volume. This time of the day, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. starts to bring in nice volume. It's very clean trading when you do get the move that you're looking for and when volume cooperates. And then that trade right there could be basically your daily goal and you could be done. However, static levels, you see it dropped down, okay, right down to 4,400 on the dot, psychological number. Look at that wick. It's right at 4,400. Then it retraced right back up, okay. Sellers sold into where the buyers are at the block down here at 4,400. They're realizing their profit because they're smart traders as well. They don't want to watch all of their profit just go and come back up. And look at the buyers are buying it up. You could have bought that. However, I want you guys to really understand the 44.50, 44.8 signal area. There's the double top, rejections. Then the black candle again closes below. Retest it. You could have entered into another sell by using the same static level. Okay. So that's what we like to monitor and help you guys out here at SST. If you need this, trade ideas, trade signals, we do offer this in our community. Okay. And it's not, I'm not saying that you're lazy if you follow signals. These are great to be, learn how to trade, right? And we'll help you with that, because I know that the days are long and not everyone has enough time to do their own analysis. So we'll help you with that. But when it comes to taking the trade, this is where you have to be smart about this. This is where it's not just buy and sell blindly. This is where you have to, honestly, you got to watch what's happening at these levels, because you got to see, okay, that was an impulse coming back up. It closed right there. It came back up. This could have started to be blue and use this as support and started to fill that wick, and we could have gone bullish in this situation. But you see the big black candle, and then in the equal high wicks closing below, and in the retest. So there's multiple confirmations, but you see, you got to monitor this. It's not just trading blind. If you trade blind just with any alert, not from us, but any signal community, you're gonna probably lose because you have no idea what you're doing. Okay, so you got to know actually how to trade price action as well with indicators and trade signals. Okay, so if you need those provided, shout outs to Dave and shout outs to SST in the morning for sending those out. I hit my daily goal with the gold signal. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys at SST in the Discord and with Dave. Okay, and guys, we do have a free Telegram that's pinned in the top of YouTube. So it's right over here. This is where you get all the links to our live YouTube sessions. This is where you can see Dave trading in the AM sessions with the snipers in the private Zoom and the Discord and breaking trades down. So if you guys want to trade the New York markets and Colmex, join Dave, okay, guys, because this summer we're going to be doing a lot of post-New York sessions with the stock market and analysis and things like that. So Dave will be focusing more on Forex. I will be doing more half Forex and more stock and options. And to all of our snipers on the Zoom, I'm going to be doing more private stock and options calls. I like the group to be smaller. As a team trading floor, we can do analysis and research together. I might be going back with the lifetimers, doing that maybe on a Sunday morning throughout the summer. Okay, guys, I will give you guys updated on that. I'm still working on a few things that I got to do here to get that all set up. But we're going to work as a team. We're going to do research together. We're going to have a watch list together. I'm going to be looking at securities. You're going to be looking at securities. Someone else is going to be looking at securities, and we're going to cover the entire markets. Maybe each person will have a specific sector that we're looking at, and I would love your input and help guide the team, as I will be doing too. More eyes we have on certain sectors and stocks and abnormal trading volume, the better we can be to find these things. That's what stock trading is. That's what options trading is. It's more research. It's not hitting a buy and sell button. It's not going live and just doing top down and just jumping in and trade. It's more the research. It might take a couple weeks for a trade to develop, but you're watching it. That's the stock market. It's much different than Forex. Forex is you just jump in on gold right now and you just start trading. Stock and options is much, much, much different. That's what I want to help teach. Okay, guys? So if you want to join this free Telegram link, there's 100 viewers on YouTube. It's pinned at the top of the channel. Everything we do at SST, you can see the trade signal was sent out to you guys in this free Telegram right over here. You can see what I was talking about, and it's telling you secure 75%. You can see it's breaking down. So we give you an example here of how to take these. This is a live signal, so you guys got it for free there. So there's a lot of good benefits here. We're gonna have promos and giveaways coming up very, very, very soon. Okay, so that's the free Telegram. If you want to join the team and join SST, be part of that private Zoom with Dave and the Discord, and join in on those weekend calls. We have premium memberships all over here, 50% off. This is going to be till the end of the month and just a couple more days. Okay, guys? We have free blogs available, and we're going to be putting up more blogs, maybe more stock blogs, watch lists, and things like that will be coming up here very soon. Okay, and I'll talk about this. Our pre-market scanner. This was today, this morning. It caught a couple pre-market moves. The big one was DY this morning, was trading gapped up 21%. We'll look at it, and I'll talk about these in just a moment, because we're going to just do a top down on gold right now, okay? Guys, if you can hit the subscribe button, if you want to learn about Forex and stock and options, hit the subscribe. I promise you, we will give you value on this channel for free. You're going to learn a lot here and potentially become a better trader, okay? Subscribe, hit the like button, and let's get started. I'm going to do a top down on gold. This is how it's trading on the 5 minutes right now. It's 12:22 p.m. Eastern. So by the time I'm done the top down, it's going to be going into 12:30 and a new 30-minute candle, okay? Trump is still speaking over here. Maybe we go back and forth and finish it. Maybe we don't. See what he says? Maybe we go back and forth and we finish it, or maybe we don't. That's the type of talk that the market doesn't like. Are you going to negotiate a peace deal or not? What's this? Maybe, 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 maybe. So the market is moving up, moving down. This is where it gets real choppy because there's no definitive answer. It's all speculation here. But Trump is saying on Iran, I had great support from other nations, okay? He may be still speaking or just prepare, okay? Welcome everyone on Zoom. Thanks guys. Justin, I hope you're doing well. Man, I'm excited, Justin, to get with the team on the stock and options. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. This is a great time to learn during the summer months, and then things will pick up come Labor Day, come September. You're going to see. And then guys, now when Dave and I are talking about going into the Santa Claus rally and come October, November, December, going into January, sometimes we have historic runs in the stock markets. Now you guys are going to be more prepared. That's why I'm taking my entire summer off to really be with you guys, because I do enjoy trading the Tokyo sessions myself. But I want to be with you guys for these summer months to prepare you guys. So you guys have the tools ready so that when we go into those months where the volume starts coming in, money 2, money 3 supply, liquidity starts coming into the markets, they could be dropping the interest rates, printing money. This is the time to be in the markets, in the stock markets. And you may enjoy it. You may love it. You may not even look at gold again after you get involved in the stock market. I do a lot of gold trading for you guys, but if I didn't need to, I would be just scalping NVIDIA options all day. I would just be the quantum computing securities. Give me what I need every day. I have enough volatility. These things move 5 to 10% per day. If I'm just looking for 0.5%, 1%, I know I can get it on a daily basis. And I don't need to stress myself out with gold every single day with these erratic moves. Stock market is very predictable. It's very nice when you follow it. You follow the pre-market, you follow after hours trading, you follow, be patient, disciplined, set up your zones, all of that. It really, you guys will learn a lot. I promise you that. So Justin, welcome. Dennis, thank you for joining. Mike, Country Cousins, my man, welcome. Rob, thank you. NASDAQ just retested 30,000 on the futures. Unbelievable. Let's see if we make it's a 30,000 is that psychological level. Now we're going to see for the next couple of days, is it going to be a floor or a ceiling? Okay, so let's get started. Gold, top-down analysis. I'm going to talk, okay? I'm not going to be charting all the way, doing analysis at the all-time high. I'm going to be more just right in here, right in this area right here. So we're still, consolidating black, blue, black, blue, black, but it closed yesterday bearish, and now we're pushing down with a new low. So gold now could be coming down to this targeted area. So real quickly, when I'm doing an analysis, look for your obvious points right there. There's a daily point of interest, a yellow line. I'll make it thicker so everybody can see. I love adding alerts. Get in the habit of adding alerts, okay? I know gold is nowhere near this alert, but I don't need to do a top-down every single day. If I'm trading by myself, once is good enough. This top down can last me for the next month or two, right? It's there. I don't need to continue to delete it off my chart. I do this with you guys so we can learn. So, because we get new traders here on a daily basis. So we want to learn how to do this. But when you guys get the hang of this, one chart is all you need, one analysis, and stretch it into the future and provide your alert. So like this area, this zone here, if we're talking in the summer months, there's July, there's August, here's September, what I was talking about, Labor Day, okay? If I take it all the way to Christmas time, New Year's, like that's what I mean. There's the Santa Claus rally, there's January of 2026. So you see how it's on my chart? If gold just continues to trade down here, down here, down here, down here, down here, I still have an alert and a block in the market. It's static, right? But everyone, if you want to do whatever you want to do, if you want to do it clean every day, delete it, it's your choice, okay? I wouldn't recommend that. I think it's a waste of time if you do that. One top down is good enough. Sunday, spend some time Sunday morning to do a nice, solid, thorough analysis. Okay, so we found a block, red, sellers. Let's find now one for buyers. There's where you can clearly see body. Look backwards, okay? Double bottom there and took us to the red block. Now it's coming right back into it. Is there a zone right by this yellow line? Yes. Look on your chart. Look backwards. You can see right over here, there was the previous all-time high on gold back in October of 2025. Look at 3 wicks, equal highs, and then they dropped it down. So if I stretch that into the future, then I would have seen when it closed above and pulled back in, green zone. I could have bought. I probably did buy back here in the new year. I did buy gold. Not probably, I did. I bought more physical gold. I bought spot gold and not just Forex contracts. I buy and sell physical gold and diamonds and silver and things like that. I like doing that too. So if you know the futures moves of the markets and you can predict it, go to your local gold shop and buy some gold, buy some bars, buy some ounces, buy some necklaces, buy whatever you want. And then when it goes up in value, you can go back and sell it, right? I'm doing the same thing you guys are doing, but you guys are doing it with contracts or Forex or futures. I can do it too, just like you can with real physical gold, right? So that's the beauty of trading. When you learn how to trade, you can trade everything, okay? We can trade soft lumber. We can trade poultry. We can trade cattle. We can trade soybeans, coffee beans, whatever you want, we can trade, okay? Now, so we got our zones. Now let's get some obvious points inside where we're trading right in here. So real quick, there was a bounce, a pivot right there. Did anyone watch the Knicks sweep Cleveland Cavaliers? That was a big pivot in the NBA Finals. So there's a pivot right there, just like in sports, pivot. Montreal Canadiens better pivot tonight and get a win because we've lost the last 2 games in overtime. So we need a big win. We got to pivot in that series. Here's a pivot on a candlestick. See, it comes down and it stops and it goes back up. It did not close below and continue going down black. So that's a support right there. Now, look at today. It's resistance on today's wick of the candle. Okay, look at the number. I guarantee you if I drag it right up there, it's going to be 45.25. Okay, how do I know these things? Because I understand the psychological numbers in the markets, because I understand and study auction theory. When you start to understand those concepts, you're going to improve your trading. Okay, so you see here, yellow line, add an alert. If gold ever comes back up to 47.35, look, it got rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. It might come up there again and get rejected there, or close above and be support to take me to the red block. There's a little zone. There's an alert. It's not there, so I don't need to worry about it right now. Now look at when we came down right there. We came back up. Look at here. 1 wick, 2 wick, 3 wick, 4 wick. It's like singing a song here. Okay, all of those wicks are right there. Where are they? They are 50% below this big black candle right there. So you see how I can just identify exactly where 50% is? Look at where the body is. It opened and closed right there. That's me. I smoke a lot of weed, guys. I don't know about you guys, but my eyes are red right now. And I can still identify. Oh, by talking about that, here's a message to our sponsor for the weed. Cannabis right here. This is from Black Market Cannabis right here. Ounce. This is Rainbow P Thank you guys. This is good shit. Keep it coming. So this is to our sponsor, Black Market. that was a plug right there for our sponsor. So if you guys smoke weed, check out Black Market here in Canada. Phenomenal weed. Dennis, we got you covered, bro. Come by anytime. We got you covered. Come by my garage. Dennis, you got to see my garage. It's a gym, full-blown gym in there. We can smoke, we can have a drink, we can talk trading. I got monitors. I'm going to stream in there. We're going to have everything. Dennis, come on over, bud. Let's have a drink. Message me this weekend. I will come and grab you, okay? Please, Dennis, I'm serious. I want to start a podcast and you can be my first guest on it, okay? And we're going to talk. You've been with us since day one. You are a neighbor. You are a local Londoner. So you can come on there and we can have some fun. We'll talk about the stock markets or Forex or anything. We'll talk about MMA. We'll talk about sports, whatever you want to talk about. Come on over. You're more than welcome. We can get some chicken wings. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I get a little excited when someone wants to visit me. But look at the psychological number, 4,600 on the dot. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Look at the number there. Okay, now you see there's a body, a body, a body, and a body. So we've got data touches. How about we make a zone right there? Not that complicated, right? Make a zone. I'm making it red to represent that there was sellers there. It looks like a double top in chop, where it came up, back down, came up, double top, and then there's the drop right there, okay? And now what I do is I stretch this zone into the future. So when I'm looking above me, I can see right there, that's an order block, red block. I can see right there, lower highs. I can see now we have a new block in the market, lower than this. So you see the offers are coming down, coming down, coming down. And now we're coming down to potentially transact back into our green zone. That's where the buyers could be to bring it back up. However, if we get a black candle closing below, we might flip that one red and get further pushed down to continue to fill that big Donald Trump wick right there, where that was going to be the Black Monday in the markets back in March 23. However, when we were all the way down there, Donald Trump tweeted it at 7:03 that everything was all good in Strait of Hormuz and Iran. And look at till all of this time, he's still talking shit that maybe it's good, maybe it's not. So you see what I mean? You can't trust these the news, you know, but you can follow the volume. I don't believe one fucking word that comes out of their mouths. I don't care if it's Donald Trump, if it's from Iran, if it's from your politicians, if it's from your government. They are all full of shit, okay? They're lining their pockets with money. So let's follow them. I don't give a shit if he's saying it's the deal is done. I don't believe him. Look at last week. There was a deal done and 20 minutes later they were bombing Lebanon. So you can't believe it. All you can do is follow the volume. When it came down there, did it come right back up? Did it close there? Did it come back down and retest that? Did it come up? Did it break for the high? Did it come down? There's a double bottom. You can see the move happening in real time. Whether they're talking or not, you can see the candlesticks. So right now, again, we had this entire week of just going sideways talking. Maybe we're going to get negotiations, maybe not, maybe yes, maybe no. And then the market was just continuing to accumulate with buyers expecting maybe gold to continue to go back up. It didn't. So it's moving away from them. Just like sometimes you're in a buy and now you're in drawdown. So long buyers on gold are in some drawdown. Sellers are winning right now. Now let's follow yesterday's body. Remember, it opened equal highs. Learn about what are equal highs. There they are on the daily, 45.80 equal highs in the red block. Then we got a big bearish candle coming down, breaking the low, closing, almost engulfing. If you want to follow where 50% of that candle is, you can go right there, cut it in half. There's a body, right? Almost at the halfway point, okay? So right about there. Look at now where we closed yesterday. These are all points of interest, mind you. Where we closed and where we opened, 4,500 and $5. Add an alert if we ever come back up here, okay? It was initially bullish today. It was blue, 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 blue. There's our high of the day, and they rejected it back down, okay? So that's my purple high of the day. What is it? 45.25. Does it surprise me that it's at that number? No. Does it surprise me that it's below 50% of this? No, because it's a big bearish candle preceding it. It came back up. Buyers got trapped in there. Offers continue to push down. Did the sellers do their job today? Yes. Did they continue to fill yesterday's wick? Yes. Is that a point of interest? Yes. Is it, look at where it's located? Is it located right at a body, and another wick? 44.80. Did anyone catch that buy yesterday off of 44.80 after our call? Remember when I told you guys watch that 44.90, and then when we went deeper, we found that double bottom on those 5 minutes, those wicks? That was 44.80, guys. I hope you guys, like, some of you guys pay attention when I'm talking. Some of you guys are shuffling through your TikTok feed right now and not giving a shit what I'm saying. But to those that are listening, God bless you guys, because you guys are probably learning something. Now, did this candle continue to push down and fill the next wick? Yes. Can we mark it up? Absolutely. I know someone's going to say, holy shit, Ron, you got a lot of yellow lines on your chart. That's fine. Because when you go into the lower time frames, 15 minute, 5 minute, you're not going to see all of these yellow lines. We're going to be maybe just see a few, we're going to be consolidating in here. So you're not going to see this yellow line up here. You're not going to see the purple line. You're not going to see this. You probably won't see this red zone, but until the volume gets up there, right? These are static levels. So let's continue. Let's look at that wick. Look at the number, 45.50. Does that ring a bell? That seems like a psychological number. And then look, it was very bearish day. We came black, and that's our lowest point of day. Look at the number. Guys, is anyone getting this, or is it just me that does? Like, look at the wick of today and look at the number. Is it not right at 4,400 on the dot? Do you ever am I the only one that's ever questioned this? Anyone else on this call ever questioned that? Why is it like a magnet that volume for all securities comes to these psychological numbers? Why? Why is that? It's not just gold. Look at oil, look at NASDAQ, look at Dow Jones, look at your S&P 500, look at NVIDIA, look at Tesla, look at Google, look at Microsoft, look at your penny stocks, look at your pump and dumps, look at anything. Go to your grocery store, right? Things sell at whole numbers, maybe less 1 penny because they want to give you guys a good deal. So if something is $4, they'll never show you $4 at the grocery store. They'll put it $3.99 or $3.97 psychologically, because they think you're paying $3, but you're right at the $4 mark. See how stupid they think we are? That's just, I used to work in a grocery store. I used to stock shelves when I was a kid, and I learned that at that age. Why can't they just put $4, but they got to put $3.99? Because when you see the 3, you think the thing is cheaper, right? It's all to do with psychology. Now, look how close we were to coming into our green zone. Okay, if we continue, look at right there. There's a wick right there. Look at the number in the green zone. Okay, I'm not making this shit up, guys. Look, you guys can verify it with me. Look at that wick right there. It's basically almost 50% of that green zone. And look at the number, 43.50. Guys, some of you, I can trade without even looking at a chart, without even looking at a candlestick. You can give me a security, tell me, is it bullish or bearish on the higher time frames? And then tell me the price tag, and I'll tell you where I think I could speculate where it could go, just by whole psychological numbers. That's it. No magic required. Imagine that, a trader telling you they can trade without even looking at a chart or a candlestick. Just tell the price. It's like you're going shopping. We're shopping the markets. It's the same shit, same analogy. So right now, gold bottomed out so far. This candle is not closing for, look, psychological number, 4 hours and 20 minutes. I think right now we need to smoke a joint, or shout out to our sponsor, Black Market, for this unbelievable rainbow pea weed. This is 30% sativa, and it's got 3.5% of terpenes. This shit is, if you really want a mind buzz, that's the shit right there. It's not indica, won't put you to sleep. It's all sativa, okay? Not a hybrid. Good shit. Black Market. Look at it coming right back up. Okay, so now we got this daily candle. Dennis, you're making weed cookies. Bring those over. Bring them over. We can have a little bake off over here. Bring them over. Phantom, what's the name of it? It's Black Market. BLKMKT, but the strain is Rainbow Pea. It's really, really nice. Really nice. Alex, I haven't tried Romanian laced weed. I don't even want to ask what that is. When I hear the word laced, that's not for me. No way. Okay. I'm an old man. Anything laced will, will probably ruin me. Okay. So let's break down this daily candle now, the entire analysis. So what do we see? We see it coming down, one bottom. Okay, we came back up, V recovery. I know it's all individual candlesticks. There's a lot of, but when you just look at the move, it came right in there. We came back down. Now, see where they pivoted, because it didn't come back down to the double bottom. It stopped right there, pivot, higher low. Then we came back up. Buyers were in control. But you see, it didn't come back up to the neckline to break out like the pattern you recognize, that W. It came in here again. Sellers were there, lower high, pushing it down. Now look at the sellers broke that and pushed it lower. Then we came back up with buyers, and then you see there that red block. Now we're pushing down. They got a new lower low, so it's coming back up. So I don't know if we're going to consolidate here, if it will reverse this candle, come back up blue, or it'll come back down and close black down here, and then maybe we retrace a little bit tomorrow, and then we're trading back down into the green zone down here. And when it comes in here, it could spike right back up, right? Or it could close below here. See over here, we have a wick. No black candles closed below there. So if we get a black candle, maybe we make it red, and then look at gold. Could be trading down to 4,100 in the next week or two, okay? We are now trending down. Let's now dissect this daily candle into 1 hour increments, okay? So I'm doing the same thing. You're going to see candlesticks. These are now 60-minute candles. You're going to see structural candles. Very easy to spot that one. You can cut that in half, find the point of control. You can follow these things, how they're moving. We are in an hourly downtrend right now. You can see from here, they pushed down, lower low, came back up, lower high, big. There's a structural candle. If you didn't cut this candle in half, you're sleeping. You need to smoke more weed, okay? I'm telling you straight up. In Canada, it's legal over here, so don't send any police or feds to my house. It's legal over here. But for you, if you didn't spot that candle this morning at 6 a.m., you are sleeping. You need to maybe introduce some weed into your lifestyle to wake you guys up, okay? What is this? Look at this candle. Look at these candles come down, back up. They're like the same size. You can basically trap those candles, okay? You could trap those. Those are not the structural candles we're looking for. These are just normal trading candles, consolidating sellers, buyers, sellers. That is an abnormally large candle, okay? Look at the size of it compared to the other ones. It's about 2 to 3 times bigger than these other ones, okay? Did it close below structure? Yes. Now let's talk. What the hell is this structural candle this guy keeps talking about? Look at it. Look at the last structure right there. You see there? There was an hourly pivot right there. There's the bodies. Look. Follow me, guys. You're going to learn something. Because when you learn how to do this, I'm telling you, the market is your bank machine. The market is your literal ATM machine in your house, okay? Not a casino. It can be your bank machine, okay? It could also be a slot machine too, if you're gambling. We're not gambling here. We're smart. There's the hourly pivot. You see it came down and stopped right there, and then went back up. There's a wick, a wick, a wick, and a wick, okay? So if I was to just look at this little wick zone right there, look at it. It's right near my yellow daily point of interest. See now why those yellow lines come in handy, okay? Was that support there? Yes. It's not rocket science. That's support, okay? If we drag it into the future, you see why, guys? It's important to drag it into the future, because at some point it will come back into here. Now, someone's going to say, holy shit, that took forever to come back into here. I don't make the stock markets. I don't move them. I analyze them and I wait patiently. If it took 1 hour to come back in here, then that's fine. If it took 20 hours, that's the way it goes. If it took 50 hours, that's the way it goes. If it took 100 hours, that's the way the cookie crumbles, okay? This was trading in here on Tuesday, May 19. Last time I checked, today's date is Wednesday, May 27. So it's been almost 1 week that it came revisited back in here. But let's talk now. Let's talk facts. Did it come into here? Yes. Yes. Okay. Maybe you got an alert. Did it close below? This is what I mean structure. Look it. Did it close below that? Yes. Okay. So there's your structural bar. First thing you should do with that is know how to figure out the point of control. Very easy. Grab your Fibonacci tool. Okay, if you don't smoke it like weed like me and cut it in half and just a little bit above, a little bit below, do this. Be more accurate, okay? Don't be like your uncle here. Uncle is silly at times, okay? But when you get really good at this, when you learn how to scalp 1 minute candles, 2 minute candles, 3 minute candles, 5 minute candles, you're gonna just cut bodies in half, okay? I'll even show you when we do it, when we go down to the lower time frame. You don't always have to do this, but this is the proper way of doing it, okay? Look at what I did. Structural candle, check mark. Did it close below structure? Check mark. Is it an abnormally large candle? Check mark. 3 check marks. Is it a black candle? Who's in charge of this candle? Sellers. Okay, so my zone is going to be already in my head. I'm thinking red. I'm thinking if buyers are coming in, sellers are going to be there to push it back down. Makes sense? Now, what targets do we need in a point of control? 50%. And the one line above it and the one line below it. The lines above and below will be the same numbers repeating themselves over and over. Will either be the 61.8 or the 38.2. Whether you have them reversed, if the 618 is on top or on the bottom, it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit about that? That's not important. The importance is figuring out exactly where the zone is. There's the 0.5, okay? Do we all see that? I'm going to make it white because I'm now on a hourly candle. I'm crazy. I like to color code my charts. I don't know why. I've been doing it since I was a kid, and I still feel like I'm a kid. So I'm going to do it there, okay? I look now, white line, 50%. I look at the number. Is that psychological number? It's 4,467, 67. That stupid, silly thing kids are doing. There it is, 67. Now, figure out your zone. There it is, 38.2. Look at, you want to talk about what a sniper is? A sniper is that takes a kill shot, a headshot. That's a headshot right there, okay? See where it came in? Blue, 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 right there. There was a sniper in the markets that was waiting there, pending there, and executed that trade properly. Sitting, waiting for that pullback to come in. How long did it take? It took 1 hour and almost 2 hours to come in there. But look at, this trader executed a sell in the point of control of a structural candle. How much drawdown did they realize? 0. The trade went right into profit directly and closed right there, okay? Inverted hammer. Look how the next bar opened, bearish ignited with that momentum off of the wick. Next hour, 9 a.m., continued bearish, small wick, pop, and drop all the way down to our lowest point of the day. Now, if you didn't do anything, if you didn't take your daily goal out of the market, it found a bottom, and then it came right back up, got rejected, and it's slowly starting to creep back up. So you see why I stretched that zone into the future. You guys got that? Did anybody, I'm going to assume someone in our group realized that candle and executed that sell there. Was it just like us in this group at SST? With the signals, you know, like when we're looking at gold signals, 4467 in that block in here. Did anybody do anything? No? Nobody on YouTube, almost 300 viewers, nobody on our Zoom entered in a sell there. And then you know what I also do for like back testing? Okay, so now we acknowledge this on the 1 hour. If you go into the 5 minutes or your particular time frame, this is what you would have seen. This is how you learn how to trade. I know someone's going to say, oh, Ron, you didn't do this in real time. It's all bullshit. Well, learn. This is how I learned how to do this. Now you can see, had you acknowledged that hourly candle, look at when it came back. 815, 820. Isn't that something in the market? Did anybody trade Comex? There was Colmex come in there. Now you're learning about Colmex. That's when the volume came in there. Look at, filled and got rejected, came back up. Did the buyers do their job to continue push up and fill that wick? No. Lower high, close. Came back a third time. Again, there's your equal highs, push down, bearish bars closing. If you trapped all that, you can trap that volume. Look at the volume. The bars are barcoding. Blue, black, blue, black. Then we start to push down. There's where you could have entered a clean sell to take out this low and grab your money. Okay. If you didn't get there, that's why you have a daily point of interest. See when it closed below right there, came in, daily point of interest, again, selling pressure. Now you can see when it closed in there, how it came in there. There's a Tetris piece, pushed down. But continue to learn, guys. Learn. Let the market come to you naturally. Stop forcing trades. Like if someone is begging me right now to buy or sell, I'll say, why don't we just wait in here? Why don't we just, instead of stressing out whether we're going to buy and sell this shit right here, why don't you just let it naturally, see if it will fill these two equal high wicks, and then it's filling these wicks, and maybe come back in the red zone, and then sell it back down there. Or if it comes in strong, maybe it closes and you invert that zone and then it might be to buy, okay? But just wait, like, you know, that's why set an alert. See that white line? Right click, add an alert. Perfect. Now I have an hourly alert because I'm going to trade now for the next 30 minutes, hourly, okay? So see what I mean? Remember all of those yellow lines and zones that I had on my chart? See, now all I can see is my low of the day. I'm at a daily point of interest right now. There's that hourly block, white line, so I know it's an hourly resistance. If we break this, I have my daily point of interest to see if the volume can break 44.80. Remember that was the big support yesterday, now turned to resistance. If it can break that, then we're revisiting 45.05 and maybe the daily high. So you see how I have everything now gridded like a nice little grid mark. This to me on the 5 minutes looks like a nice, you got it right there, T-Boo. I was just going to say it. You said it. Inverted head and shoulder pattern. So you see, we're looking at the same thing. You see, there's the shoulder pivot right there. All of this is, look, this is left shoulder territory. Left shoulder. This is your head. There's your inverted head that scooped up and created the lowest point of the day. Now we came back in. So you see, we're right back in now the right shoulder. Okay. See now? So the inverted head and shoulder has a high probability of trading in the left shoulder, going down, scooping up, inverted head, coming back into the right shoulder, and then has a high probability of continuing to break out, right? We all know that, but it might be too much selling pressure and then they push it back down. So then you see we could be trading or consolidating in this shoulder zone. And if you want to scalp in here, you can. There's enough pips to be made in there because I can see from here 44.50 to 44.30 is $20 move. That's 200 pips. You could go halfway, grab 100. You can see how the 5 minute candles are trading in between. Look at the 5 minute candles made a W bottom right there. See how it came down, one bottom, came back up. There's the neckline, push down. Now it's coming up. There's closing volume. You could have took that buy right there and grabbed a few pips and, you know, realize your money. Because now it's getting rejected at that yellow line. There's where it got rejected to at the yellow line. There's where it got pushed down at the yellow line. There it got rejected. So whether you like it or not, this is a resistance point right here on the 5 minutes. I'm going to draw another red zone and buyers are going to say, Ron, what are you doing? I thought you said it's a head and shoulder pattern. It is, but we can see that there's sellers here. Okay. So this could come back down and revisit this 5 minute support turning or resistance turning to support 44.40. If it can't hold, then it will come down here. Then this is where you have, you know, your shoulders right there is a green box on the 5 minutes right there, right there. So if it comes down there, will it hold again, support right there, or break down to the lowest point of the day? So you see how I scalp? I kind of scalp it from here to there. That's it. Do my 80-20 rule. lower my stop loss to break even, grab some money, because it might come down here and it might be support. Like for example, if it comes down, it could come down there. I know if I'm going to sell, I want it to come down there. I want it to do that, but there's levels in the game. There's levels here where it could be support and come back up. What if it just bounces in its lower high, then it might break, then come down here. And if I'm in profit down there, I know I want it to drop down there, but it could come down there and just go right back up. It did it there, it did it there. So, 3 times might be even stronger bounce. If it can't hold there, then it's got a high probability. Maybe we'll revisit back down to the lowest point of the day, okay? So there's your gold analysis, right? We brought it from the daily, hourly, 5 minutes. And I can add even alerts on my 5 minutes. See this 44 red line, right click, add an alert, okay? And I can just wait naturally for the volume to come to me, okay? So guys, if you want to now add indicators, 9 EMA, there's the 9 EMA. We're currently above it on the 5 minutes. There's your 200 EMA. Look at the 200 EMA. It's kissing our hourly resistance right in the mid 50% psychological. So even if it continues to go up bullish, 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 that's where the sellers are waiting right there, right? The 200 EMA, the white hourly, and we're in that point of control on the hourly. That's where it could come down, right? If it closes above, then we're going to have a different conversation. If it closes above, the volume closes above the 200, then it makes the white line hourly support. Then we convert the red zone to green zone. Then we have an entirely different conversation. But I let the volume decide who's going to be buyers or sellers. And then I trade accordingly, right? But I want to use probabilities if the volume gets there. But if it proves otherwise, then I flip my bias. As a scalper, you need to flip your bias. You can't get married. If I think it's just going to sell, it's going to sell, it's going to sell, and I'm betting my whole house that it's going to sell and do that, well, I might get myself in trouble because it might close above there and then red box goes to green. Volume is above the 200 EMA, volume is above the hourly support, and then it does that. And I'm stuck and married on my sell position. And I can't, I use improper risk management. I can't close it out. I'm pissed off. I'm putting more sells, and then the market is just going bullish. And right? So you got to be able to change your bias. Let the volume close and dictate the direction of the move. You are not above the volume, okay? I hate to say this. I know we're good traders. You're a great trader, but you're not above the volume of gold. You're not above a financial institution. You're not above a hedge fund. You're not above a market maker. Unfortunately, you're not, okay? Someone has said to me, Ron, I got hundreds of millions of dollars. And same thing I'll say to them. Well, you don't have billions of dollars. You don't have trillions of dollars like the market makers have, okay? They can move whatever they want, okay? Don't think that just because you got big capital that you're invincible in these markets and your bias, you can just forget all your rules in trading. Doesn't matter. I've seen banks get liquidated. I've seen financial institutions get liquidated because they thought that they had more capital and more volume to move than market makers. Not going to happen, guys. Know your role, stay in your lane, and trade accordingly. Okay, so that's gold. Trump is talking. Guys, hit a like on the channel. We have 300 viewers. Subscribe. Did anybody learn anything? Just 10 subscribers on that analysis? Man, if I learned this when I was younger and all it took was just to subscribe to a channel, fuck. I can't tell you how much money I wasted on academies and bullshit and how much money I was down before I even learned what a candlestick was. Okay, so it's 1 p.m. right now. In 30 seconds, we're going to get a new hourly move, okay? You don't have to sit on 5-minute candles. Go to your hour. Look at the last 5, 6, 7, 8 hours of how it's been trading, okay? So what are we following now? This is where the hourly candle today got rejected at 7 a.m. That was the COMEX, 8 a.m., right there in the point of control. They rejected it. We came back in at 10 a.m. They rejected it. We came right there. It came down, but we closed strong. So how did we close now on our new hourly candle? It's closed now at noon. So this is confirmed now. It opened, it came down. Higher low, came back. Did it do its job? Yes. It backfilled the previous candle, but did not continue to fill this candle at 10 a.m. Came to that daily point of interest right there, 44.52, and they rejected it and closed it. Now we're opening. So it's still bullish. Now what I would do with this candle, this blue one, is just maybe bring it as if this was any other candle, right? If this was like a 5-minute candle, I'd do the same shit. I just want to target, that's a big, it's not a structural candle. It didn't close above this entire zone. It did close above here and here and here. So I do give it respect, but if it closed above this entire red zone and engulfed and closed above the daily point of interest, it would be that much stronger, okay? But I can still cut it in half. Okay, so if it pulls back, if it comes down black, black, black on the 5 minutes or whatever, maybe there we find some support on the hour and it comes back up to try and attempt to break this. Okay, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just pulls back shallow and continues to fill up blue, blue, blue and break out of there. Then we're going to have an hourly impulse breakout, but we can be watching it, monitoring on the 5 minutes, right? So you can add an alert if it comes back. Oh, edit alert. Okay, so it's already alerted on the 5 minutes. I got it. So when I'm looking at the 5 minutes, you see, it's just a little bit. Remember, I had it at the neckline on the 5 minutes, deeper. But when I look at that, cutting the hourly candle in half, it's right there. So I'm just gonna, that's a zone you can have, right? You can keep it right there. And then you can, look, this is how you can create a zone on your chart, right there. You've created yourself a little zone. It might come in right there, 4.4445. Right inside it is the hourly. Then deeper down inside is the 5 minute neckline, the deeper discount. So you see now, I told you guys, it came in there, rejection, 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 black candle, new hourly. Now the momentum is changing. It was coming up very nice and bullish. Now it stopped, pivoted right there, and now it's coming down. So will it come all the way into this and go back up? Will it close below this and we turn it red? Then we're coming back down here. And guys, I'm not going to be sitting on gold all day, okay? So this was like a bonus. Today's call I wanted to do is talking about stock and options, okay? So I just did this for you guys. I can share the chart with you guys. And how did we do it last time? We came over here and we went to share layout, or it was copy link. Copy link. Let's see. Tell me in Zoom, guys. I'm going to paste it. Does that work for you guys in Zoom? Thank you. Dula, you just came today and you subscribed. I appreciate you, man. Shout outs to you guys. If anyone else subscribed to the channel, thank you guys. We really do appreciate you. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Man, why are you trading with that size? Vedin, you are holding 15 lots buy of gold at 4,500. What can I do now? Well, it's at 4,448 and you bought at 4,500. 4,500. Maybe you're trolling. 4,500 is up here. And you're in 15 lots, and you're in this much drawdown. I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't know. Someone else can tell you what the answer is. I'm just, first of all, you know, maybe you are a billionaire. I don't know. But why are you trading with 15 lots? And why did you not close the trade out and realize it wasn't working for you? 4,500 is up here. Okay. And we're all the way down here now. But I don't know what to say. I don't know. You gotta, I don't even know what to say. What would you like me to say? I don't know. You're in the hope and prayer phase of trading right now. I hope you have enough margin to cover that. If it's a prop firm, maybe you're going to, I don't know, but I hope it gets back up to 4,500 for your sake, but I don't know what to say. I don't trade like that. We teach proper risk management. That's gambling in my opinion. You're trading a casino. Oh my God, look at what Trump is saying right now. Look at, this is Donald Trump, the president of the free world. Guys, read right here. I'm not saying this, he's saying this, okay? The Strait of Hormuz will be open to everyone. No one will control it. Look at this next thing, the red bubble, the red dot here. Oman is a country, Okay, I have friends that live there. Oman will behave, or it will have to blow them up, or we will have to blow them up. Who does this guy think he is? Like, where does he get off saying this? Oman, like he's talking about an entire country. Oman will behave or will have to blow them up. This is holy shit. At the right time, we'll release boats from the strait. Trump says gasoline prices will come down like before. They were down before until he started this unnecessary war. He is high. Holy shit, Dennis. Maybe he ate some of your cookies. I don't know. Donald Trump or the guy with trading I don't know. How much drawdown? $76,000 drawdown? It's peanuts. It's not biggie. So when you guys are heckling me here, when I'm in drawdown for 45 pips and I'm trading with 1% of my entire size and that trade is like 0.2 to 0.25%, and you guys are dogging me, maybe you got to go to learn from someone else who's trading, who's buying 15 lots of gold at 4,500 with no stop loss, no risk management, and down $76,000. Holy, it doesn't make me feel bad over here. My God. Okay, so gold didn't come down here, still hanging around here, hanging around. Maybe we'll close above, continue move up, but you guys monitor gold. God bless. I want to do something else here. I want to do NVIDIA, okay? NVIDIA. Why? Because it's taking a little bit of a haircut, just like me. I got a haircut last week. NVIDIA is taking a nice little haircut. Let's do a little analysis on NVIDIA. Read the title, guys. The title says Forex Gold and Stocks. So NVIDIA and the pre-market gainers. If this is not something that you want to see, you're more than welcome to go off the channel. But I'm going to do what I want to do here. It's going to be like this summer, where we're going to start to do more stock and options, and then I'm going to take it more private, because then I know the guys are more focused, and we'll do our thing. But I want you guys to learn stock market as well, okay? Whether you want to or not, that's your choice. But I'm going to be here to educate, do something different. Not too many traders on YouTube are doing analysis on these big securities, on knowing how to trade them, explaining options, covered calls, all of these things. So that's going to be my job to do that. Okay. So this is NVIDIA. This is how it trades on the 5 minutes. You can see with this, what I have it on ETH. This is extended hours. So you can see right here, like this beige part of the chart, you can see is pre-market, 4 a.m. Eastern, all the way till 9:30. 9:30 a.m. is when Wall Street market opens. And then you see the blue right here. Blue is the after hours, 4 p.m. when the market closes, and then when it opens back up in the pre-market. And then this lighter color is all of Wall Street trading. So you can see 9:30 a.m. and then we close at 4 p.m. So you guys want to know a real easy strategy? Just mark the highs and lows of these sessions, right? This was the beige. So I know that this is pre-market. I can mark the pre-market high. So I know the pre-market high on this day, Tuesday, May 26, was $218.50. Huh. Did Ron talk about psychological numbers? 218.50 cents. Psychological number. That was the pre-market high. Can I find the pre-market low? Yeah. We'll just look at the pre-market low in that beige right there. Pre-market low was $216.25. Now when Wall Street market opens, look at the volatility. They took out the pre-market low. Does it happen to be the previous resistance, support, pivots, right? You can see how things trade. When I didn't do a top-down analysis. I'm just showing you guys how to do some like pivot points in the extended hours trading and how things go into the Wall Street. And you can see how NVIDIA is trading. So over here, guys, there's patterns you recognize. If this chart was gold and not NVIDIA, would you be able to recognize this? It came up, top, down, double top. There's the candle close. There's a nice little sell down to there. I know someone's going to say, holy shit, it only dropped from $216.25 down to $214, right? But that's a big in percentages. That's big in options, right? If you got an options put and it drops that fast, you could be up 10, 20, 30, 50% just on that move alone right there, okay? But you can see it's a clear pattern that you recognize. Is there a zone that you could have drawn right there? Yeah, you could have. Do you see equal highs, right? Everything we talk about. See this candle when it was here, 925, and then when it revisited it right there at 1030, is that not an equal high? Did they do their job to create a new higher high? No. So offers from the pre-market and into Wall Street hours are being equal. Tweezer top highs. Then it comes down. Is this not a pattern that you recognize here? That double top M that I was just talking about. So you see, everything we learn in Forex, you can apply to the same shit in the stock market. There it came up, back down, closed below, and then dropping, right? Okay, so that's what we're going to do now is a top-down analysis. I really want you guys thinking if you want to swing trade NVIDIA, if you want to look for something bigger and better, okay? Is there structural candles in NVIDIA? Yes, look at this big black one at 930 when the market opened up. Did it close? Here's a pivot right there. Remember what we were just talking about? There's a pivot. There's the low. Did it close below? Yes. Okay. So this candle, the first 5 minutes of NVIDIA, market open today, gold is falling. What do I do? Yeah. Did I not show this, guys, to you? The red zone came up. Look at it. Pushing down. Came back up. Did you guys cut the black candle in half? Came up blue, blue, blue. Now it's coming down as a shooting star. We're trading now in the green zone. Maybe it will accumulate, maybe come back up. But if it closes below, you're going to make it red and it can continue to drop down. Now we're going to see if it can hold up in here and create some support to come back up. Right? Did anyone... Okay, if you were in a buy, did you realize any profit coming up there? Or did anybody sell this leg coming down? It's not bad. From the yellow line to there, that's 100 pips. That's a great little trade. Get your money, pip and dip. Dennis, you sold it? Nice. Bring those weed cookies over here, Dennis. Okay, but you see, guys, how we are flip-flopping, right? I want you guys, you focus on your chart. I provide the analysis, but you got to focus. You got to continue following this, okay? Now, let me just continue doing what I'm doing. See what I mean? We lose focus here. That's a structural candle. Can you find the point of control of that candle? Just like I did on gold? Why not? Price action is king. Price action can tell you everything you need to know. Look at this. There's the point of control. Okay. It tried to come back up. Look at it, retested the next candle. Blue, 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 blue. And then got rejected and pushed right back down. Came back up. Look at the bodies. Wicks, wicks, wicks. Pushed down. Found some nice support down there at 210, 209. And now it's coming right back up and back down. So what I could see on NVIDIA is here's the neckline. There was resistance. If it comes back down to 210, will it create support? Maybe this is a head and shoulder pattern where it's left shoulder, head, maybe right shoulder. Maybe drop back down, retest this. Then we're taking out 208, and then we're dropping back down to 205 to 200. Now, this is all just me talking without doing any type of solid top-down analysis. So let's start on the daily. And you're going to see when you're looking at stock charts, they look like this. They look real funky, okay? Because sometimes they gap up, gap down, things like that. All depends on your provider, on your charts. You might see full candles, you might see gaps, you might see things like this. But when I'm looking at the daily, right over here, what we can see is some structure, okay? This was a previous high on the daily, yellow. See where it came up, back down, two tops, and then this is the all-time high right there. So back in May 14, right after earnings, we were trading at $236. So that's an all-time high of NVIDIA. Had exceptional earnings, fantastic earnings. And then someone asked, well, Ron, why is it selling off after having amazing earnings? Well, there could be longs. Look at these longs that could have bought in here, held, the pullback, maybe new longs buy the pullback and go into earnings. They're in the money. They want to realize some money, so they sell. Then a seller steps in and starts pushing the market down. And could be short sellers as well, saying, okay, it reached all-time high, now it needs to cool off, so they're putting shorts. They're short interest. They got puts on the market to bring it down, and it's coming down. So this might look like a nice opportunity to maybe look for a dip buy or get your feet wet with NVIDIA if you haven't traded it before. You can go through options or accumulate some shares, but maybe it's got further room to drop down, okay? Look at where we found good support down in the 200 range, psychological 200. How do I know that? Because look at the volume, how it was trading there. It was consolidating, blue, black. Then it broke out, came back in, held support. See where it closed below? Look at the Tuesday, then they gapped it back up on a Wednesday and brought it right back up. So that could be a nice little zone if it gets down there to maybe look to buy NVIDIA. And look at it's right exactly at a whole psychological number, $200 exactly, right? So I'm going to add an alert. If NVIDIA gets down here tomorrow, next week, sometime, I'll be waiting, right? There was where it was resistance, broke out, then it turned to resistance again. We closed above it, turned to support. Maybe it wants to come back down in here. That could be maybe a good opportunity to accumulate, and maybe it comes down in there, bounces back out, maybe a double bottom there, does something like this, and then we're revisiting all-time highs and maybe a new all-time high going into the next earnings call. Because remember, earnings are every 3 months. So we just had an earnings call May 14, so June 14, July 14, August 14. Mid-August will be another earnings call. So maybe it's going to accumulate in here, maybe dip down and then build itself back up, going to a new earnings. And also the CEO announced a share buyback plan where they're going to take some of their money and buy the outstanding shares on the market. So that can maybe continue to appreciate the stock security when they're doing a share buyback. Maybe you see some top names like Apple does buybacks, Amazon does it. You're going to see now NVIDIA does it. What they do is if there's outstanding shares on the market, they will buy them up themselves and they will hold them, and that will continue to cause the supply and demand to potentially move higher and higher, okay? So we're getting a nice little corrective phase coming down. Now, is it time to just buy right now? No, because this could continue to drop down further. It's making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, a new lower low. It may continue to push down, okay? If you want to go now into more the hourly increments, okay? Remember the hourly, what I was telling you? There's these, if you have it on extended hours, if you don't want to do the 5 minutes, you can do hourly. You can do 4 hour, but you can mark your chart up. Like, look, this was pre-market, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and then here we go in open hours, 10 a.m., 11, noon, 1, 2, 3, and the market closed 4. Here's after hours, then the new move, okay? So you can see, guys, on the hourly too. This is an hourly structural bar on NVIDIA. Right there, I would be cutting it in half, finding the point of control. Now we just found good hourly support right here. So you see the 208, 209 is holding good hourly support. Maybe it will come back down and be a double bottom there. It came down, it's bouncing, maybe a neckline somewhere here, more so maybe neckline at 213, 214, where there was some support, maybe resistance, point of control. Let's say the neckline is right there, and then it comes back down, maybe a double bottom. And then you're just watching for the same thing. If it's breaking here, the neckline 213, maybe look for a strike price to go to your next resistance points. You can be looking right here, right here. You could be looking at a 215. You could be looking at a 218. You could be looking at a 220. You could be looking at 225. You could be looking at the 230s, all-time highs. And the duration, how long it gets there, you guys know that options expire every Friday. So today's Wednesday. There's an there's a Friday option available that you can buy or sell right now, and it's still valid until Friday. So it's probably cheaper right now because the premium is decaying and it's expiring very, very soon. So there's probably not much interest in it just for only scalpers or intraday traders. However, you can look at next Fridays. Do you think NVIDIA will come back up to 215 or 218 or 220 by next Friday? Maybe. Do you think maybe by you can do monthly at the entire month of June? We have new options. That's why I was saying it's the end of the month. Take it easy with trading because options traders are trading the expiration dates. There's monthlies that expire. So if you go through this entire month and you're thinking you want to purchase maybe a call option for the month of June, then you have an entire month to see if NVIDIA can get up to 215, 218, 220. However, if it doesn't go up there, then let's say you buy one and in the first week it comes up to here, and then week 2 it goes back down to there. You see, you're diverging away from your strike price, and then your option is starting to decay. It's starting to maybe then push down, then it expires worthless down here, and then you're at a loss. But the beauty about options trading is you already know how much you can lose when you buy the option. Let's say the option to go to a call option to 220 cost me $5. It shows 5.00 the bid ask. Then you know when you're buying an option, you have to multiply it by 100 shares. So that $5 multiplied 100 would cost me $500 US, right? And that's how much I'm in for. That's how much the cost of the option costs. If it doesn't go there, the worst case scenario, if I just hold it and it expires worthless, I lose $500. The cost of the option expires. But if it's going in drawdown and I'm down to $400, you can use it like a trailing stop loss. You don't need to sit and hold you can sell it. You can get rid of it. Sometimes if you see the move is not happening and it starts decaying after the first week, if you're down 10%, if you're down $50, 20%, if you're down $100 and you can close it, get rid of it, and then retain $400 in your pocket. You don't have to sit there and wait. There's misconceptions that you got to hold your option all the way till the expiry date. No, if you're in the money right away, let's say you buy one and then there's news and it skyrockets, after the first day or the first week, you can sell it. It's just like a trade, buy and sell, okay? That's why I love options. You can make fast money. You can be more swing trading. We've got some traders in our Discord that are doing options trading. I can just show you real quick. Sherry is doing really well. Sherry, yeah. Look at Sherry. She gave us the heads up earlier about the quantum computing securities, D-Wave Quantum, Rigetti, all of this. And then they had a historic run since then. And Donald Trump and the U.S. government put $2 billion into quantum computing. So this was me trading this quantum computing security, IONQ. Sherry right over here. See her call options? She made $200 realized. So she's trading MNQ. She's trading June 18 call. So all the way in June, right? And this was earlier in May 15. So she's doing really well with the options trading. Rob, I posted an NVIDIA analysis done with an agent framework today locally in equity stocks. Amazing, amazing. I see it right here. I see it right here. Yeah. I'll have a read on it, Rob. Amazing. Yeah, nice analysis. Rob, I'm going to take a look at this. This is why I want to have those private groups with the team. And this analysis is unbelievable. Maybe you can break it down for us since it's your analysis. Let us know your thoughts, what you discovered, and whatever securities we do this for, we'll add it to our watch list and we'll put some alerts and we'll watch it. And hopefully we can trade as a team together here on the stock and options side. Okay, so that's NVIDIA, guys. Another thing that I wanted to mention, what Dave and I are going to offer to our premium members here at SST is this pre-market gappers list. Okay, so can you guys all see this? So this came out pre-market. We want to kind of have this coming out every mornings whenever we do it by 9 a.m., 30 minutes prior to Wall Street market opening. So what this does is it scans the pre-market with the parameters that we're looking for. And it will give us maybe 5 or 10 securities. Again, they're not just buy or sell blindly. It's to add to the watch list, okay? Because we want to monitor these, not just right when the bell opens, but maybe throughout the week. This is how I figured out those quantum computing securities on abnormal volume, and I made $25,000 in 2 weeks trading them. I'm not saying that to show off or anything like that, but what I'm trying to do is to tell you how I identified those quantum computing securities, because we found them with the pre-market scanner, and then they started trading with abnormal volume. So when you start to get abnormal spikes in volume, there's got to be something brewing. There's got to be something cooking, because the insiders already are placing their bets to make either a bullish or bearish move, or it could be an orchestrated pump and dump. So these are the things that you got to learn. You don't want to be caught in a pump and dump scheme. Okay, so you got to also know the securities that you are trading. Okay, but the quantum computing securities are not just a one-off sector. I don't think it's a pump and dump sector. It's very volatile, but lots of volume is coming in. Look at even the US government put in $2 billion into this sector. Okay, so today's findings. So this is how it's going to look. It's going to be an intelligence report coming with date Wednesday, May 27th. So this was this morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. So what it's giving us a market stance as what's happening in the market right now. It's an institutional rotation and tech expansion right now. So you're seeing some sectors are selling off and other sectors are picking up that volume. Sector rotation, it happens all the time. So you might see, like when AI right now is getting a lot of attention, getting a lot of volume, when it starts to sell off, where's that volume going to move? Is it going to move into industrials? Is it going to move into defense securities? Is it going to move into cyclical, commercial? I'll break all these things down. But in this morning's pre-market scan, we had this symbol come up, DY. These are the tickers, DY. The price was $215. Volume today was trading at 1.1 million shares in the pre-market, okay? And then we have a gap up pre-market percent of 21%. So this DY security in the pre-market was already trading 21% prior to the Wall Street market open, okay? And then the short float percent is showing me how much short interest is on this DY security. So short interest meaning how many shares outstanding are looking to push this security down. So about almost 5% of the float is shorts. So you guys know when we say a short squeeze, if you add green volume and buying pressure, you're forcing all of these short sellers to cover their position and potentially add fuel to the fire if it keeps moving up. That's how we get these big securities that move 20%, 50%, 100%. You'll see some unicorns that move 300, 500, 1,000% in a day. It's all to do with the short interest. If you have heavy institutions shorting these things and then a bullish catalyst comes in the market and abnormal volume comes in and you have buying pressure, you're forcing those short sellers to cover their position. It's like when you're in drawdown and then you have to close your trade. But with stock market, when you're shorting a security, there's unlimited how high it can go. There's no ceiling. And if they want to hold in drawdown, then they're going to get a call from the bank and they got to deposit more money to hold that position, or else they're going to get blown up. And then you and I, when we're buying, we're adding fuel to the fire on top of this. So this is where you get those big pump moves. But you got to, if you're in it, realize your profit, take your stop loss, go to break even, scale out, because these things I've seen go up 100% in a day and come back down 150% the next day. So these are not, don't get married to these securities. Just that's what they are. Intraday trading, scalping, get in, get out. I make some analysis on your charts. Maybe you missed the big pump today. Maybe next week it will come back. So have watch lists, have alerts, okay? The float is only 25 million shares of this company. Okay, so it's anything below like 10 million shares, 25 million is a low float security. Look at these other ones trading at 1 billion float. Okay, that's Micron, right? So these smaller ones at less than 30 million is a smaller float security. And then these are the ones that could fly because they're low floats, okay? And then we also get the sector that they're in. So you guys know from our our stock and options boot camp that we did like a month ago, you guys know the 11 main sectors in the stock market. There's industrials, there's consumer cyclical, there's technology. So you can see that the big pre-market gainers were to do with tech and consumer cyclical this morning. And we're also going to post some big losers, okay? Because you never know what could buy up a dip maybe later on. But there was one security we caught in the pre-market. This one, VRRM, is trading at $11.45. It was trading on 3 million shares today, and it was negative 54% in the pre-market. So what happened? Was there negative news? What caused this? So there could be opportunities to buy a dip, or these things are just dead and that's it, you know, so you got to be very careful, but we got to watch these. And then we're going to get a little order book flow analysis. So the semiconductor squeeze vector. So Micron has had a historic run as of late. Marvel has their earnings this afternoon. And then there's SMTC over here. So the semiconductor sector is experiencing massive programmatic demand shocks. Micron MU is seeing intense institutional order book stacking following its drive over the 1 trillion market value milestone, pulling 34% of its massive morning volume into the tape within the final 5 minutes of the print, okay? And then it gives us a little more. The high velocity catalyst, so DY and BBW. WI, that's Bed Bath & Beyond, and DY over here. So those are the top two, up 21%, 12% in the pre-market. And they're outside of tech. DICOM, DY, leads the morning gainers list at plus 21%, following an earnings beat. So now it makes sense. Why were they up 21% in the pre-market? Well, they had earnings yesterday in the after hours, and they had a good report, good earnings beat. So they're up in the pre-market, creating a highly volatile opening framework. I'll show you guys how volatile these can be when we get to the chart on it. And then BBWI is Bath and Body Works over here. Presents a strong gap and go setup at 12% as corporate guidance verification triggers massive dark pool volume matching. So I'll educate you guys as to what the dark pool is if you guys haven't heard about it. It's another market where institutions don't need to show their orders. So this is where they can accumulate without you and I ever noticing. It's shady, but this is how the markets work. It's if anyone has ever heard of dark pool, not the movie, but dark pool markets. And this is where big securities, big institutions can place hidden orders in the markets and you and I cannot see. Doesn't matter what type of depth of market we have, you won't be able to see dark pool orders unless you have access to the dark pool. And then we have over here, waterfall decompression danger. So the ones that are in the red, PDD and VRRM. So what happened over here? How are these securities down 8% and 54% in the pre-market? On the short side, so Vera Mobility, VRRM, has completely broken its structural floor, gapping down 54% on heavy institutional liquidations. PDD is under intense distribution, negative 8%, making it a prime target for continuous opening fade entries if it breaks underneath its initial 5-minute low boundaries. So with options, you have the beauty of both worlds. You can go long in a buy on a call option, or if you want to short sell, you can buy puts. So if you see these companies have negative news, you can continue shorting and making money on their free fall as they're falling down, right? But there could be dead cat bounces where they bounce back up and then they continue just like lower lows and lower highs and continue pushing down, okay? So just some SST tactical execution rules. Rule number 1, allow the opening 5 to 15 minute volatility range to completely establish clear structural parameters. So this is like a opening range breakout or opening range balance, whatever. If you want to wait for the first 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or first 30 minutes of Wall Street to open up, allow that crazy volatility, mark your highs, mark your lows, see if there's any structural candles. Do this. That's rule number one. You don't need to just trade blindly right when the market opens and guess where it's going to go. Because sometimes you might see something in the pre-market is up 20%. And as soon as 9:30 opens, there's a heavy dump because all of the pre-market buyers who are in the money are now want to get out. They want to realize profit. So they're selling it. And then if you buy it, you're basically making them realize their profit, and you could be buying the bottom, and then it continues to drop down further and further and further, and then you get stuck holding the bag. So you don't ever want to do that because it might not ever come back up. That's what a pump and dump is. So it's great. You have to. This is rule number one. There's no ifs, ands, or buts on this rule. Unless you have experience and you know what you're doing right at 9:30, right when the bell opens. However, if you don't, just like have Forex rules, like where you say, I'm going to wait for the first 15-minute candle to close on NASDAQ or US 30 when market opens to see its high, its low, and then follow it throughout the day. That's what you can do with these as well too. Rule number two, prioritize long entries only on clean, low volume backtest or pre-market consolidation shelves. Utilizing strict change of character. I know a lot of you guys use this change of character confirmation protocols. I use just simple resistance, support lines, pivots, top-down analysis. But if you do this, break of structure, BOS, the chooch, whatever you got here, you do your thing. Okay, it's going to be the same thing you're doing on this security. Rule number three, if a high gap tech name breaches its opening 5-minute low, treat the move as a verified gap and trap scenario and shift focus to deeper waterfall support targets. Okay, so we will give these out, and we're also going to give out in the afternoon around 11 a.m. or noon a midday recap. So you'll get the same report. It'll be maybe on these same securities in the pre-market, and now a mid-cap analysis right by lunchtime in Wall Street. So maybe DY is now it's up 50% for the day, or it's faded and it's back down to 0%, or it's even in the negative. I've seen in the pre-market gappers, they're up 20%, and then come Wall Street, they're back down to negative 10%. Okay, so we will give an analysis, pre-market, and also midday recap to help you guys with your analysis. Okay, and this is for our premium members here at SST, for our lifetimers included and all premium members. Okay, so this DY, let's bring it up on a chart. Let's see what this is. Let's take a look at it. Here it is on the chart. So this is DY, Dycom Industries. If you guys have never looked for stock securities on your watch list, on TradingView, when you go to your watch list right over here, simply click on the add symbol, the plus button right here. Okay, so add it. And then you can see here, we can choose between stocks, funds, futures, Forex, crypto, indices, bonds, economy, options. Stick with stocks because it will give us all the broad names. So if we're searching, now you search the symbol or the ticker. So some tickers have 2 letters, some tickers have 3 letters, some tickers have 4 letters. Put in the ticker. In this situation, it's DY. And then there it is, DY, Dycom Industries, Inc., and it's on the New York Stock Exchange, NYSE. So you can I've already hit the plus button. It's on my list. So if you hit the plus button, you can add it, and then it will come right on the bottom of your list. So there it is, DY, $538.76. It's changed $118 today, and it's up 28%. So when I click on it, now it's going to bring up the chart. And here we are on DY. So look at the 5-minute volume. Look at how it was trading, and then we got our scanner give us this abnormal volume. And look, it started trading 7 a.m. Eastern. This is the pre-market this morning. Okay, so you can see big volume bars. Okay, how do you trade these? How do you analyze these things? Well, you can mark the highs, right? There's like when it started, that ignited candle right there at $440. What was the highest point maybe it got up to? Right there at 543. And there's a little bit of a gap up right there in the market. You can extend that. And then we see the opening hours. So when you're following this, 9:25, this is a 5-minute candle. There's where it closed. Okay. And then you see a gap down, market open, bullish ignited, broke through and created a high on the 5 minutes. If you go to the 15 minutes, if you prefer 15, go on the 15, right? You're going to have to look what's going on. There's the pre-market, okay? And then there's where Wall Street opens. So now when we're looking now at the highs and lows, so if you want to mark the first 15-minute candle, there's the high. How high did it get up to? $569. Then it came back down. And if we're looking at that candle close, that's where its lowest point was on its opening balance, okay? So now when you're trading it, you see it was just consolidating in between. No real signal maybe to trade this thing today unless you waited for a dip and then you bought back up. Coming back down. So now look at how it's coming down, okay? So maybe the interest has faded, maybe it's coming down, maybe it might close below here and retest this. Then we could start to fill these pre-market levels, right? And then if it comes into that gap where I showed you on that 5 minutes, that's where you have to pay attention because that's the big 15-minute structural bar. Could be a point of control on it. If you're looking on the 5 minutes, that's that little gap right there. So you can short these things too through options. However, if you're waiting for pullbacks and you're just buying, maybe we got to see if this thing comes back down to $530 and if it can make its way back up. But that's a pre-market gainer we got. So it didn't really develop, do anything, it kind of just fizzled off. There was news, and then we can look at other securities on here. The next one is BBWI. So again, how do we find this? Real quickly, go to your watch list, search, I'm in stocks, BBWI. There it is, Bath and Body Works, New York Stock Exchange. That's the ticker I want. So there's the plus button. I added it to my list, and now I'm on the charts, okay? So you see how this thing was trading in the pre-market. Okay, it started right there. Big volume, 650, 655, 7 a.m. And it kind of fizzled back down. Okay, where did it fizzle down to? Like this is where, you know, if you're waiting, okay, that's a big bullish candle. Had you cut it in half, there's the halfway point. If you figured out the point of control, it's got to be somewhere like there. And out of the gate at pre-market, this one, 930, bullish candle, closed above. Look how it pulled back 935, 940, then 945. So I didn't trade this one, but if I did, maybe I was scalping it from, maybe got filled at 20 bucks and took it up to $21, $1 per share, right? If I bought 20 shares of this company, I could have made 20 bucks. If I bought 100 shares of this company, I could have made $100. If I bought 1,000 shares of this company, I could have realized $1,000 and been out of it, right? Because you traded into this right there. There's the wick, body. You guys know the way how I do my analysis. There's a zone right there. Did it trade back into that zone? Yes. Okay. See how I just cut this body in half and figured out a little bit above and below? That's not the way how you should be doing it. The proper way is utilizing your Fibonacci tool, right? There's the opening balance, gap up, close, 50% right there. So if you did this, like you could have seen it was accumulating in the pre-market in that, and then when it opened up, you had your extended move and then it pulled back in there and then drove up to there. Yes, it would have been nice if it broke through there, but that's the ongoing resistance. So if I'm following this security for this week, next week, I can see that this is the $21 is the resistance. So it's fading off. Is it still trading in here? Yes. So if this thing fizzles off, closes below here, it could sell all the way back down to the pre-market move at $17.50. Okay. Why did BBWI move up like this? Well, what is the news regarding what happened with this thing? Okay, sales fell 3%, but beat expectations. Innovation and digital growth support a positive outlook. Sometimes they'll just mention that they're integrating AI into their system, and just having the word AI is enough to create a pump and dump scenario. Okay, so Bath and Body Works is not, I'm not putting this on my retirement plan. I'm not looking to accumulate this and hold this. This is not Apple. This is not NVIDIA. This is not Amazon. This is not Google. Could be just a shit pump and dump. That's what it is. Get in, make some money, and get out. Or short the shit out of this thing. When it loses all its momentum, this thing could dump right back down. Okay. So guys, that's a little bit of introduction on the stock markets. Let's take a look at what gold is doing. Oh, wow. Look how clean it's trading. Like it traded right in there, right down to there, closed above and retested it. This is nice for scalping. Why can't we get volume like this when we're scalping the markets? You know, like nice clean move, came up, back down 100 pips, come back right back up to the red box and potentially maybe start to build or come back down. Did anybody take any trades off of this analysis earlier? Let me just go back to the news feed, see if Donald Trump, okay, Trump is talking. Okay, Trump at 1:21, 20 minutes ago, he ended his remarks at the cabinet meeting. Some things that came out of it, we may have to close it out very quickly, as gas tax holiday is something we might talk about. In the framework deal with Iran, the Strait of Hormuz would open immediately. I didn't do this to get a bad agreement. The deal has got to be perfect. Not sure we should make the Iran deal if no Abraham Accords. Think we're doing well in terms of the talks. We have things understood now with Iran. Guys, do you guys have any questions about what we just did today? Phantom, did I share the link of gold? Yep, it's in the, you should see it. Just scroll above in the Zoom. The link is in there. King Tano, you're interesting to hear about stocks because I never traded those sitting in XAU or WTI only. I know. Most traders, that's all they trade is just gold. Or, you know, there's a whole different world in stock markets. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, if you follow a sector as well, like if a sector is getting hot, like one security I've been trading a lot is IONQ. It's been a fantastic security as of late. Right over here, it's quantum computing. Let's see where it is. Where's IONQ? Like I'm waiting for a decent pullback to get back in and buy. Like this thing is fun to trade, right? I like buying the Wall Street dips. Like here's where Wall Street opened. I didn't trade it today. I should have. Look at it. So you see that there's a bottom at 60 bucks right there. Double bottom. Like there was the pre-market trading. Didn't do much. They just kind of, look at where they faked out the market. Right there. 925. They pumped it up. It opened, right? And then started come down, come down, come down. There's the first level of support. Look how easy this is. Come on. Like, come on, guys. Look at this. There's your 5-minute resistance. Look, like, oh, why was I not trading IONQ today? Oh my God. Like, look at this. $61.75 is the resistance. 60 bucks exactly is the support. Okay. This is pretty easy. You can see it come down, move back up, come down, volume close above, retest right there. I know the way how I trade. I don't know about you guys, but maybe some of you guys that know me know I probably would have bought that pullback right there, or maybe buy that, right? What am I looking for profit? To continue to fill that wick, 63 bucks. Then just look behind. Look behind. Look behind. What's next? Okay, where's mine? Right there. Okay, trade into there. There it was. Wall Street open on Tuesday, the day before. Let's see if we can just fill the next day right there. Look at it, and it did. Like, I'm not I'm not saying I was in that, but look, at $65 would have been proper. Okay, as soon as it comes right up to there, I'm decreasing my risk to maybe break even, and that's it. I'm out. Like, guys, you know, someone will say, okay, it's not big of a move, but 62 to $65. Let's do the math. That's $3 per share. If you bought 3 shares, you made $3, right? No, you made $9. I'm sorry. If you bought 10 shares, you made $30. If you bought 100 shares, you just made $300 US, maybe even more. I buy 1,000 shares. So right there would be, do the math. 1,000 shares at $3 share, $3,000 US. Okay. I buy 500 shares. Make $1,500. You're done for the day. Okay. You don't have to all buy at once. I could buy 100 shares here. And then if it pulled back again, I could buy another 100. Like here on this leg, right here. When it comes down, maybe buy 100. If you don't realize profit, look, it came back down, double bottom. Maybe you add another 100. And then when you get closing volume and confirmation, maybe you add another 100. So you're already in 300 shares, let's say, and then start getting your move. Close out the day with $1,000, right? This is beautiful. Like, look how easy it is. And then it's broken down perfectly. Pre-market trading, after hours. I know Wall Street's high and low of the previous day is easy right there. There's Wall Street's Tuesday's high, $65 on the dot. Look, $64.99, those Walmart prices. Look at the low, $60 exactly, okay? And then let's see what happened today. What happened today? It revisited yesterday's support, double bottomed. You guys know, you're familiar with that pattern. And now we closed above yesterday's high. So we're making now $65 current support. So if it comes back down, maybe we'll go back up. If it closes below here, 65 could be resistance to take us back down. And then again, I watch for the next day to see. Maybe I'll get another dip buy. Maybe quantum computing sells off and we're coming all the way back down to $50. Well, there's support levels right there. There's 57. I was trading it at that time, 57, taking it in the 60s. I was trading over there. You can see I have it already marked up at 54. All of these levels. I was buying all of these since it was $40, like down here, just scalping up and down, scalping up and down. It's in a massive uptrend because quantum computing has been hot lately. Continue to move. They had good earnings too. So guys, there's not just these. Sherry mentioned a lot of them to us in the equities channel. We're going to be posting more in the equities channel. As we get more into this, I want you guys posting more in here too, right? Sherry put over here. Here it is. This was back in May 21st. Look at how what it was trading at May 21st. Like right over here, May 21st, right there, Thursday. There was the news, and look at the big move from $57 to 65. Retrace right back down to the 60s, consolidate, and boom, it took off again. So President Donald Trump's administration announced a major new initiative to support the U.S. quantum computing industry. About $2 billion in federal grants to 9 quantum computing companies, with the U.S. government also taking minority equity stakes in some of those firms. Biggest companies receiving funding was IBM, is expected to receive about $1 billion, the largest share. Global Foundries may receive about $375 million. And then other notable companies reportedly included are D-Wave Quantum, Rigetti Computing, RGTI, PSI Quantum, Atom Computing, Quantinum, Inflection, Dirac. There's also QBTS, QBUM. There's this one, IONQ. Like, there's a lot in this sector. And some are saying that these securities are going to be bigger than NVIDIA in the next 5-10 years. So NVIDIA was $20, you know, it's made a lot of individuals wealthy, millionaires, retired. $230 was after forward stock splits. If it didn't do forward stock splits, NVIDIA would be trading at $1,000 a share right now, but they did stock splits. So this could be the next sector, quantum computing, right? So some securities are $10. Some securities, RGTI is trading at $20. IONQ is now $50, $60. But these things were, look, if you go on the daily, these things, You had opportunities if you knew about quantum computing. These things were $6 not too long ago. In end of 2024, 2025 is when they started taking off. They moved from $10 to $50. Then it retraced all the way back down to $20. Guys, do you guys understand why? Okay, this is going to be the last minute of this call, and I want to make it very important. Please, if you didn't pay attention to nothing on this call, and now I ask you to pay attention, this will be this 1 minute. I promise you. Guys, for 6 years, we've been saying, when you figure out a double top or a resistance or a zone, mark it up, okay? I did it on today's call. I guarantee you I was doing it back in 2023. I guarantee I was doing this in 2003. I guarantee I was doing this in 1983 when I was 1 year old. Same shit, okay? Look, you guys know this. Is that a double top? Yes or no, okay? I'm not cherry picking. I'm doing this shit like showing you. There was the liquidity grab, double top drop. However, if you mark this up with a static level at $20, you placed an alert. Do you know how many alerts I get a day? I'm sick and tired of getting all these, Justin. I get 1 million alerts a day because I've got alerts on securities from 5 years ago. They're still giving me alerts. My wife thinks women are texting me all day. It's not. I'm just getting alerts all day from my phone is blowing up with this security hit this price, this security hit this price. And then I look, holy shit, I had this marked up like 3 years ago, but it's an opportunity again. So I get endless opportunities daily for different securities because I have them on my watch list and I have alerts at static levels. Now, same thing, double top. I would have marked it, extended into the future. Maybe you were sleeping on this, but then look, it eventually came and broke and closed above. So now I do the same shit. That red zone turns to green zone. The white line is still an alert price. If it pulls back in there, it could be support. Then it continued to skyrocket. But look, there was opportunities for those traders that say, NVIDIA's at 230. It will never come back down. Well, you could have said it for this security too. Quantum computing was trading at $53 up here, where it hit an all-time high. It would never come back down. And look, it came right back down into that exact $20 location. And if you accumulated and you bought or you scalped or you intraday traded or you swing traded, we revisited back up here the resistance at $50 a share. You could have made $30 per share. 30 per share, not $3 per share, 30 per share. If you bought 10 shares times 30, guys, you got to do the math at how much money you can make here, okay? Some traders are buying 100 shares at $30 a share. That's a lot of money. Some traders are buying 500 shares, 1,000 shares, double bottom. Yeah, it's the same shit repeating itself over and over. One bottom, neckline, double bottom, volume close above, consolidate, take off. And same $20. Will it ever come? Almost. Right here. Everyone was sleeping on quantum computing. April. You guys remember April? Donald Trump was talking. Remember, it was going to be Black Monday, he saved the markets, and then quantum computing. Look at it. You got opportunities. It didn't come all the way back down to $20, but 25 made a higher low. Right there, $25. And since then, this is where we're trading at now. So this is where we are relative to its all-time high was trading at $82. Okay. So you see, guys, if you were long and it hit $82, unfortunately, it came all the way back down. Now it's creeping back up. So that's why if you're holding securities for like long-term for retirement, don't be looking at day to day at how much it's going up and down because you could get demoralized. Look at it in the next 5 years, 10 years. That's what I had to do with Apple because I started accumulating Apple in 2008 and 9. And the ups and downs were very crazy. I couldn't handle it on a daily or weekly basis. So I just set it and forget it. And I said to myself, I'll look at Apple 20 years from now. And then I'll see how my retirement's doing. But if you're long investment, don't look at day-to-day pricing. If you're a swing trader, yes. Intraday trader, scalper, yes. Okay. So guys, I got to end the call there. It's 2 p.m. Tomorrow today was just like a stock and options call with Forex. Tomorrow we'll focus more on the Forex side. We'll do gold, Say tomorrow 11 a.m. Today I had to start just a little bit later. I had some things to do. Tomorrow morning, guys, 11 a.m. Thursday. Come back in the markets with us. We appreciate everyone that joined. Hit the like on the channel if you learned something. If you're excited about stock and options, subscribe to the channel, guys. We're going to be partnering with a new stock and options platform, and it allows demo trading. So it's fantastic, guys. You can open up a demo account with them. It's free. You can virtually deposit $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. You can buy 10 shares of this company. You can learn how to do options trading with a demo account. Not too many platforms allow trading with demo in stock and options. You have to literally deposit 5,000, 10,000 of your dollars and take real trades while you're learning. So you might make a lot of mistakes. So with this platform, it's all open to demo trading, and it's unbelievable. It's a really good, has everything that you need on one platform, has your earnings. You don't have to go to Earnings Whispers. It has your day-to-day news. It's got everything. So it's all like a one-stop shop platform. We'll give you guys more details. They're going to be having a trading competition coming up starting in June. That's why I want to get this going. And they'll be giving away $1 million to the winners. And it's to buy securities in the stock market. So let's say, Justin, you're the winner of this and you get $250,000 for winning first place in this monthly competition. You will get $250,000 to buy NVIDIA, to buy Apple, to buy IONQ, to go shopping in the stock markets. That's your money. It's not cash, but it's stocks you can buy through them. So that's amazing, guys. They're going to be giving $1 million away in stocks you can buy. So we'll give you guys more information. We just got to solidify everything with them, and it's good to go, guys. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great day today. And the beauty thing about that competition is it's whoever can scale the biggest percentage in 1 month, and there's no restrictions on how you trade. Someone might buy one security and hold it for the entire month. Maybe that security goes up thousands of percent. You win. There might be other traders that scalp 1 minute candles and win it. There might be swing traders. There might be options traders. There might be traders that just buy dividend securities and hold them, but you're not going to get the big percentage gains like others. But that's how that competition is going to go. So you whatever your edge is in your trading, however you want to go about it, you could be the winner. And I'm sure that they pay out top 100 people or something like that, but it's fantastic, guys. You know, it's a good learning experience. And hopefully some of you guys were winners and we can get some money to go buy some stocks, right? So guys, I had an awesome day today. Hopefully you guys did well, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks everyone for your support, and have a great day today. Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. Join Dave in the private Zoom in the mornings. He does COMEX and New York sessions, catches pips with the team, and join our free Telegram. It's pinned at the top of YouTube. And if you want to join SST, guys, now is the opportunity, because we're going to be taking stock and options trading and education a little bit more serious. And you don't want to miss out, guys. It could open up new doors to you, that maybe doors that you never knew about. So this is a good opportunity, guys. I'm telling you honestly, like, yes, Forex and futures are unbelievable. We do that every single day, but there's another side of the world in the stock market where you don't need to scalp or stress out. You can buy a security and hold it. You can dollar cost average in. If I buy NVIDIA, for example, like in NVIDIA, okay, let's say you bought the all-time high. Okay, let's say you were this guy. You bought up here at $236, $37. Okay, do you think NVIDIA will never revisit this price again in the next 5-10 years? Okay, let's just talk facts. Does anybody on this call think NVIDIA is never going to come back up to revisit $235? We're trading at $212 right now. I'm saying no expiration. In the next year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the road, do you think NVIDIA's never going to come back up here? If you were this buyer here, you're in drawdown, You're in drawdown about $20 per share right now. Is it time to panic? Maybe if you're just intraday trading the market, yes. But NVIDIA's almost $6 trillion, the biggest corporation in the entire world. Okay. To me, if I was this buyer and I didn't know, I FOMO traded and I bought the high, I wouldn't panic right now. Let's say I bought 10 shares at $236. I put just over $2,000 in. Okay. Maybe it's a substantial amount. It's a lot of money. I understand. But I'm in drawdown right now. So if I had the mindset that I'm not worried, I don't think that this company is going to go bankrupt in the next year, 5 years, 10 years. Now I've started my investment fund in drawdown. So what I could do is maybe right now add maybe another 10 shares at $210. So 230, 210, divided in half. Now your dollar cost average is maybe right here at $225. And now you got 20 shares. You're still in drawdown, but now your ceiling is right here. And you've accumulated. So let's say it even goes down further. Let's say it comes down $200. Maybe you buy another 10 shares. Okay. You're still in drawdown, but now you've accumulated 30 shares. Maybe your dollar cost average starts to get down in here. Then you've accumulated 30 shares. Then when NVIDIA eventually recovers and comes back up to revisit the all-time high, you have 30 shares and now you are in the money. Yes, you suffered drawdown, but that was just because you bought on FOMO. So you put yourself in that situation. However, look at these traders right now. They probably bought a little bit of a dip today, 10 shares. So they're already in the money. But if it dips down further, maybe they'll add a little more. Maybe if it breaks here, they'll add a little more. And then they got a lot of room to drive it back up to the all-time high and maybe go even higher, okay? So you got to look at the stock market as investing in big names, okay? Unless you want to scalp, whatever, intraday trade, that's up to you. But find securities that are the big magnificent seven. Apple, I don't think is going bankrupt. NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, those big names are good for retirement portfolio. As you get older, you want to have some type of security in the stock market, and that's how you can make money. Would I do this with BBWI, the one we talked about, Bath and Body Works, pump and dumps? No, because that one will probably never recover. We've seen that in GameStop, AMC, shit coins, all those pump and dumps. Those are just fun for get in and get out, pip and dip. I'm not looking to hold Bath and Body Works. I don't even know how to say the name. I don't even know what the hell it is. For my retirement, I want these big names for retirement. And if they do go in a little drawdown, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Accumulate. That's why if you're starting off with $2,000, don't put your whole $2,000 and buy the highest points. Maybe buy 2 shares at a time. Have some money in your cash account so when there is drawdown or dips in the market, you can have some money to buy, okay? Because if you allocate everything right now to that high and you have zero in your cash account or you have no more money, now you're forced to hold that and you're watching others dollar cost average in or buy dips. And you can't because you've allocated all of your money in one trade. So don't do that. Remember, allow positions in trading. Okay, guys, that's it for me. Have a great day. God bless everyone. Eid Mubarak, Gazur Bayram to all of those that celebrate. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. Thank you guys for the subscribe. Thank you guys for the likes. Hopefully we can get this to 100,000 this summer. Okay, I know that we might not get a lot of love when we're doing stock and options, but I know the power of it. I know what it can do for you. So you got to trust me on this one. I know it's fun to just scalp gold all day, but it's funner when you're watching your retirement portfolio just compound day over day. Okay, you'll appreciate it as you get older. When your hair is falling out and you can barely walk anymore, the best thing to do is open up your retirement account. Just look at all the passive income. Okay, have a great day, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. Justin, I appreciate you too. Thank you guys. Justin, I'll fill you in on when we get back into those private calls, and we can work as a team. I'll give you guys more information on that. But It's going to get fun, guys, at SST. So I hope you guys are excited as I am too. Okay. Have a great day, guys. What's my opinion on gold? I'm done for the day. My opinion means nothing right now. Your opinion means more than mine. Do your charting, top-down analysis, add some alerts, and wait for the volume to come to you. That's my bias. Have a good day, guys.
Recording stopped.